Hello, Marion, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Judy.
Hello, hello, Morik and Alan. It's Marion and me here. You there,
It's a
Marion?
special day.
Happy
It's a
anniversary to you
special.
both.
It's a special day for you both, and I think this is a bit of a surprise. So we're one of many, I think, going to wish you both a very, very happy anniversary. And Sophie's been very organised and asked us to put together some memories of such happy times that we had with you. So my very first memory is actually long before Redwoods. It was when Sophie, I think, was a little tiny toddler, maybe 18 months. And we went to visit you in a little house in Sheen, I think it was. And Sophie was just toddling around the place. Dominic wasn't born, of course. And then the idea for Redwoods started off. And of course, we had lots of visits to the old house before it was pulled down, and all those lovely plans to get the Redwoods gang together.
Do you
Julia,
remember
you
that?
remember that,
Do
don't
you
you?
remember that redwood tree that they had the big round metal chair that they insisted on trying to protect and keep? That just reminded me of that. Yeah.
Yeah, the metal chair and the lovely climbing frame that we had at Redwoods. I mean, it was such a good idea. All those little gardens, so we had our privacy, but that lovely way everybody played together. And Dominic, of course, was born there and used to, and he was and used to come out to play. I remember that, Monica, especially because I was at home on study leave for my O levels, and it was a lovely hot summer, and I wasn't doing quite as much work probably as I should be. And you were out on your lounger, sunbathing as you always love to do,
Always.
and occasionally you would pop your head round the door into the patio and say, Marion, how's it going? How's the revision going? And you'd spur me into a bit, but
And,
unfortunately
and,
not too
and on
much.
another memory of those delightful memories of Redwoods, which my parents must have been so lucky. And I'm quite envious actually of what the relationship that you guys must have had to build that place and have that friendship together. And we benefited from that as children. But my memory is as well when I don't know where Mummy and Marion were, but you must have said to Daddy, it was midnight, would you like to come over for some escargot? And I remember Daddy saying, well, I don't know how Judy will feel. And we went over there and I must have eaten a bucket of escargot, and I will never forget that. And I have passed it on to Ashleen. So that's a very special memory to me. And then my other memory, which I'm sure Marion will also, is when we went to the Dordogne, and those photographs that Sophie you sent were beautiful of us all lying on this boat. And I remember a lot of red wine drunk by the adults. And I remember the Iceman coming in his van and great big boxes of ice and packing them off, and as children were sent out to go and get the ice where more bottles of wine were drunk. And just these glorious happy memories. And then the one other memory I have to say is of when you, Alan, and Daddy wanted to buy this property in this, I don't really call it a lake, or it could be a swamp, but there was lots of these green dead things. Monica, you'll remember. And I remember how animated Alan and Daddy were. And I think Monica and Mummy weren't so sure. And we were like, just like kids, here we go again, la la la, happy parents. And it was just this swampy dead things. And you wanted to buy this property.
It was a flooded valley, wasn't there? There was a village underneath it. So the bit sticking out with dead trees. It was all really, I remember we were really spooked by it, but the idea was always, what you do on holiday, having a lovely time. My memory of the Dordogne as well is we'd been out for the day to, I think it was Rocamadour or Peshmerl. And as we were driving back, there was this huge black cloud over what turned out to be our campsite, and it deluged during the night. And do you remember we were all out in the middle of the night in bikinis and wearing Marks and Spencer's bags over our head and digging little moats around our tents because we were all going to be washed away. We were camped, weren't we, by the edge of the lake?
Sophie interjected here and saying, I thought we all went away as a family and came back to the tents underwater. But Sophie said, no, I was the only one left, and I was the one coping with all this water and these tents floating up. So those are happy memories. And,
happy memories.
and we could talk on and on and on, but Mary and I are concerned about how we get this to Sophie, and I think both of us want to just say how amazing, from what I want to say as well, and Mary will say as well, how amazing you both are, and lots of love to you, and the most happiest anniversary. Not the one you probably want with your family around, but we're sending lots of love and kisses.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary. And I'm just so happy that we know the friendship continues, that Mummy loved coming over to see you in Southfields, and then was so happy that you'd moved to your new flat and saw you happily settle there. And she just kept saying what a wise, wise move it was. And actually just lovely. Sophie, you know, you're so good at keeping in touch and keeping us all together. And your 50th birthday down by the river was such fun. So, and Dominic, we haven't seen much of you because obviously you're in Holland. But listen, have a lovely, lovely day, and I hope you all manage to get together next year, certainly when lockdown's over. So
And if we
have a
don't
lovely,
speak,
lovely family time.
and if we don't speak before then, Dominic and everybody have a very happy Christmas. We're thinking of you all.
Yeah, happy Christmas and yes, absolutely, and happy anniversary. Lots of love.
Lots of love.
From
Bye.
everyone. Bye.